Let's see what we need to do to be Batman. Let's see what we need to do to be Batman. Hold on. The science of what it takes to become Batman. Follow on Twitch at twitch.tv/ODTEWall. Link in the description. Nigga. You watch the video on Instagram? What video?
I analyzed what
We can watch it. I don't really give a fuck. We can watch it.
it would take for someone to be Batman, to be as set up, as disciplined, and as skilled as this man, fictional or not. Growing up with speech impediments, early on, I literally threw myself into whatever physical and mental work I could, eventually working out the impediments myself at night, just not wanting to stay as I was at anything.
Batman would hunt a predator like he... Okay, stop.
I wanted to be better, to be more at anything I decided to do, but wasn't quite sure how to go about making that happen, nor had any idea of just how far I could go before hitting any sort of limit. When it comes to
Chat, what superhero should I try to be like? Realistic. No. You can't try to be like a superhero. Batman. You gotta be like Batman, bro. Come on. Everybody wanted to be like Bats when they were younger. Or Spider-Man. You feel me?
someone like Bruce Wayne, like
The only person you should aim to be like is your Lord and my Lord and Savior, JC. You know what I'm saying? We tight like these.
Batman. This is a man who literally personifies discipline, but not to mention has some pretty insane technology at his disposal, but somehow manages to hit everything, every skill and field of study he decides to learn with a tenacity and a sheer pace that leaves the average human in the frickin' dust. So it's not a surprise that Bruce Wayne's daily schedule is one of the most dense and really active routines that a human being could ever want to have. Bruce is frequently shown, especially in his later years, to wake up in the morning, sometimes pouring himself a cup of coffee, or other times instead choosing to down a vitamin, greens, and creatine blend with all the glucosamine his joints could want to get ready for yet another day of working out, board meetings, and managing.
Ooh, that sounds so fired up! Batman's really living the way to live. Hold on. So what should I start with? Should I do black coffee? I want to do black coffee. Ooh, I could do a protein shake. Ooh, look he.
A team of heroes that tirelessly patrol the city day and night. Quite often, the first thing Bruce does in his day is work out, going through a physical routine that, while both being changed and speculated over the years,
punching bag, 30-minute session, 30-minute circuit training, 1 hour overall strength training, a light sparring session if a partner is available. Wow. The first Batman was in 1946. Yo, and he's still around, bruh. Like, that's how you know you built, like, so, that's how you know you made something, like real, of substance, of people, something that people really fuck with. Because 1946, and niggas are still fiending for Batman movies, bro. Fire.
Sometimes not being any.
And he's inspiring niggas to achieve and get high and be higher and be like at your peak excellence, your peak potential. Too hard.
Thing you would want to actually follow.
As a nigga that's gone through some shit too, losing his parents,
who would want and would follow a routine that didn't just prioritize strength, that would see him quickly burning out, nor prioritize stamina with him not being able to physically handle strong opponents, but would see him training both, getting powerful, agile, and cardio-wise, making sure that he can last longer than a few minutes before needing to stop. Cause your body can get both. You can train for strength and fast explosive power, being ready to take on whatever obstacles you have in your life, be it a serious sport or just looking and feeling your best, and increase your endurance or how good your heart and lungs are keeping you going at some point during the day. Thanks to groups like Renaissance Periodization, we can say that between strength and endurance, whatever takes priority should come first. If lifting for strength like Bruce tends to favor, with him quoting that Bane was the first opponent he ever faced that was physically superior to himself, Bruce...
Dude, okay, yeah, he rich. But clearly he's rich, but his problems... Just because he's rich, I don't mean his problems go away. And he went through some shit, bro. Like, he lost his parents right in front of him. Money couldn't even save his parents. Like, what?
May very well stick to high intensity and low volume lifting, favoring moderate to sometimes heavy sets of weight, changing his amount of reps to match being either in the range of 8 to 12, with the reps getting lower the heavier he gets. The reasoning is that 1, this is the weight he would need to gain and steadily increase his strength to perform many of the heavy lifts and feats he's subjected to, without completely sacrificing his endurance to make it through the rest of the night. Cause if Batman only only ever did the heaviest possible weight, lifting close to or at his 1 rep max, likely having longer rest periods in between his sets, this would maximize his muscle hypertrophy or growth while ensuring that he would quickly become roasted after doing anything physical. But blocking out his workouts, lifting for strength earlier in the day, doing his
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, benching, pull-ups, and then doing his cardio.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even paying attention to the video. Like, I'm paying attention to the video, but I was really just hearing about, like, the workout routine. I'm about to cop this bitch. I'm not even sitting here lying to you.
Often running and doing flexibility later in the day, this would allow him to hit both. The fact that Bruce often trains with weight as resistance, not just running, stretching, or doing jump rope, is what he needs to be doing to specifically improve his motion economy, or in other words, how fast he can move for a given effort. As for the amount of time Bruce spends lifting, he thankfully doesn't need to spend hours lifting like Hercules every single day. Given that he does like to do some form of training every single day, which could see his strength workouts typically lasting anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes, including warm up and cool down, while his cardio on the other hand could last about 30 minutes. All being speculated based on what actual real-world athletes do to maintain a body that is both strong and has endurance. After lifting first thing in the day, making darn sure to eat after his strength workout like any good athlete, Bruce often goes about running Wayne Enterprises, attending meetings, checking in on the many department heads, and all
the boring shit. But I mean, you're living the outside world. Okay. What's this video about? It's literally how to become Batman. The science of what it takes to be Batman.
The company is making ethical decisions or else, with the occasional public charity event. Like successful CEOs, Bruce doesn't actually lie down and brush away his duties.
I wanna play one. I gotta play the Batman games, bro. Jeez, why was I just stuttering crazy? I gotta play the Batman games, bro.
When it comes to his day job, which may come as surprising to some, yet Bruce does take his job as seriously as he takes everything else in his life. Wayne Enterprises is yet another opportunity for him to not only use its expansive influence to make the world a better place, but it's also another opportunity for him to practice the unwavering discipline it takes to be someone with his work capacity. Cause after this, come midnight to whether it be 1 a.m. or 4 a.m., Batman hits the streets. Given that in later years, he may not go out every single night, instead choosing to spend his time solving cases from the Batcave until he finds he needs to go out. At some point, Bruce then hits the sack, preferably at the same time every night so he can quickly fall asleep, and sleep as efficiently as possible only to wake up and do the whole thing all over again. And
that's literally how I feel. Work and stream, get some videos up, get some TikToks, talk to my niggas, my community. Love y'all, shout out y'all, no bullshit, love y'all. And then I do it all again after I go to the gym. I should go to the gym in the morning then. Fuck late at night. That shit ass.
Sure, it's time to address possibly the biggest elephant in the room. The one thing that certainly gets the most attention from the media and joked about in the movies. Money. Bruce Wayne has a lot of money. Somewhere over $9 trillion of the stuff, as we went over in our How Rich is Batman episode. With this money, and not to mention an insane technology department under his wing at Wayne Enterprises, Bruce has been given and afforded some of the most technologically advanced and delectable gadgets the world has ever seen. Each costing a massive pretty penny to not only get, but to maintain and then duplicate for the other.
They really did a collab, fam. I want to watch this shit. Was it one episode, or was it like a animated movie?
They're members of the Bat family. I mean, surely, if one is to be Batman, then having our calculated $39,375,000 mansion with a quoted $50 million bat computer inside a teched-out cave, complete with a full forensic lab, elevator, power room, reinforced.
So realistically, y'all think Batman knew about Wakanda before Iron Man?
Stores, medical facility, personal museum, gun range, security system, docking bay, hangar for a bat-shaped plane, suit display, and another workout room, being speculated at being $600 million, adding another $100 million or so to the pile for the armored gliding suit and magic converting tank car. Being Batman might be a little expensive.
Hell yeah!
Hey, if you believe that gadgets are what make Batman who he is,
you're wrong.
If you're a fan of the character or have just seen him in the movies, using tools to combat crime and make a positive difference are a big part of the character without a doubt.
Hell
One
yeah.
film that I came to really enjoy was called Batman Ninja, which maybe I just enjoyed because I used to teach kids and teenagers how to do cool ninja-esque tricks for a living,
Oh, that's
so
fire.
I like the word. The film
How'd you
proposed
do-
the question: who is Bruce Wayne? Who is a version of Batman in particular who has come to rely on his tools to always have the advantage over others
This seems clean as shit. What is this?
without those same tools when they're taken away? A problem
Bat
which
Ninja?
quickly happens to Batman as he watches as literally everything he relies on gets smashed to bits.
What
And he
the
then has to
fuck?
come up with other ways to accomplish his goals. He has to use his mind and his discipline to win, to not
Oh
give
my
up.
god, this is hard. No, we need to watch this tonight. We need to watch this tonight. What? Babe, can you please find that bitch? I want to watch that bitch right now.
And this seemed to really be getting back at the heart of the character, to what actually makes so many people come to love the story of Batman and whatever adventures he goes on, no matter how many times we retell it. Because Bruce is not only as human as the rest of us, with faults and struggles, rather than
Facts.
being given some sort of special superpower, but he also has to learn like the rest of us,
Hell
has
yeah.
to stay as disciplined as he can.
He's doing it at a different level, bruh. Robin haircut? Yeah.
And coming back to whatever standard he holds himself
didn't see
to,
it.
no
What was
matter
it?
how human as the rest of us, with fault times we retell it. Because Bruce is not only as
Yeah.
human as the rest of us, with faults and struggles, rather than being given some sort of special superpower, but he also has
Say that link? Hold on. Before that? Alright. Batman Ninja. Oh my god, we're watching this. We're watching it tonight. This might be one of the movies we watch tonight. Oh, look.
to learn like the rest of a bad part of the character to win. Otherwise,
Oh my
he will
God!
give up.
Why did my nigga rap about this? No, that's so ugly.
And this
Robin!
he has to use his
Robin,
mind
no!
and his discipline to win.
Oh,
to
that is
not give
ugly.
up. And this seemed to really be getting back at the heart of the character, to what actually makes so
Already
many
planning to get
people
food? You mean
come
right now?
to love the story of Batman and whatever adventures he goes on, no matter how many times we retell it. Because Bruce is not only as human as the rest of us, with faults and struggles, rather than being given some sort of special superpower, but he also has to learn like the rest of us, has to stay as disciplined as he can, coming back to whatever standard he holds himself to, no matter how many times he falters off that line. Bruce
yeah.
and the person he chooses to be showcases one of the most important human virtues, being discipline. The willingness to not quit, otherwise the thing that makes Batman the gosh darn Batman. And we can see this virtue really
Look at
play
Robin.
itself out.
And
As
they rated
going
DC
back
go
to the
crazy?
character's earlier years, we know that Bruce spent much time traveling around the globe after
my
he
link
initially
now,
left
nigga.
Gotham,
Ask
spending
nicely.
much of his time bouncing around North America before
about that?
moving up to Europe, then places like Egypt and Asia. While Bruce did learn fighting from champions like Wildcat, assassins, and monks,
Wow.
what's often not showcased is it's during this time that Bruce spent
Fam, where
much
you
of
gonna go
his
get?
time enrolling in various universities and schools around the world. This is when he spent much of his time poring over books, lectures, notes, and practicing any manner of science and math he could get his hands on. He would often enroll in chemistry, biology, genetics, and other science-related classes for a semester or two, where, as is a best
these
practice
killers
for
coming to
studying
HBO.
anything, Bruce would likely sit down in silence, not needing any
Real. What Batman movies is there that he's actually just slaying niggas? Oh wait, no, wasn't it the last Snyder's cut?
additional stimulation or distractions as he practiced whatever was being taught over and over again more
But I look, you want to go to? I want to get some smokehouse shit.
times than he could
Why
count.
I want to eat
moving his
healthy.
way
No, I want to
through
eat healthy.
basic chemist and forensic
want some chicken and
practices
rice.
to eventually more and more difficult ones. Then he would drop out, repeating the same process with whatever math and engineering courses he decided to take. Because while the average student, based on the Bureau of Labor Statistics, found that college students spend an average of 3.5 hours per day on educational activities, which includes attending classes and studying, Bruce was dead set to blow that statistic
What?
out of the water. It's equally likely that Bruce, when studying, also practiced and failed at a much faster pace than the average person.
Hell
Instead of
yeah.
doing a math problem a few times, someone at
Damn.
his level of learning
It's like the Wano arc in One Piece.
would more so almost robotically stay dead focused and do the math equation or the darn chemistry problem I was given for creating soap hundreds of times, doing in a day what would literally take the average student weeks to do in terms of sheer reps. Because rather than relying off of whether or not he feels motivated to do something or not, Bruce, like many of us can do, has a set standard for what he needs to do, for what is required of him to learn.
Go out and do it, nigga.
Attempt, even if he ultimately fails to accomplish whatever mission he decides is important. And the glorious thing about discipline over motivation is, even if you do come up short, as most of us often do, the amount of skills, of experience, and expertise that you can use down the line grows, along with your brain's capacity to work, the pace you can work at, the amount of stress it takes for you to even feel a...
Batman's a real nigga. Don't ever say fuck Batman again, bro. He a real nigga, bro. You don't get it. You don't get it.
Stress response, and ultimately how valuable you are becoming to others. This is what eventually makes Batman the Batman. He never quits, and the ferocity he works to gain new skills is nothing short of mind-blowing. And thus his brain, the thing that makes him a standout member of the Justice League, like his muscles, responds in kind, growing, making permanent upgrades to itself so it can easily handle and learn whatever skills or solve whatever problems it's presented with faster and faster. So how can you do it? How can you have the discipline to work out, eat healthy, and ultimately step up to whatever thing you want to overcome, no matter how scary it is, so you can achieve your best self like Bruce? How do you get the aspect of Batman that makes Batman? Well, this all depends on your brain. And I don't mean the intelligence that you were born with. You see, your brain is made up of two types of matter, being white matter, or the nerve fibers that connect the different regions of your brain together that allow them to speak to one another and function as a whole, and the gray matter, that are the nerve cell bodies themselves.
Batman after saying he wouldn't hang with Superman is crazy. That's what the next video is for. Bro, no. I'm not saying, dude, but dude, you get what I'm saying though. Like Superman, realistically, Batman should not be hanging with Superman, but his brain and his mind, like, it makes him a real nigga. That's why I fuck with him. But I'm not saying like he can hang with him though. Like, but he got some kryptonite, and then Superman's done. So realistically, shit.
That process information, learning.
Everybody has an Achilles heel. I don't care.
Cognitive functions. If your brain was a city, white matter is the roads and highways, and gray matter is the actual buildings. The more buildings or gray matter someone has, the more intelligent they are thought to be. And the more white matter they have, the better different regions of the brain can coordinate the learning of new information, so Bruce can both mentally understand through touch, sight, and physically coordinate. I
don't think you understand what I'm trying to say.
The true test for any Batman or trying to be your best self in training has to pass, which would allow you to handle more information and learn it faster. To grow your white matter to match someone as beefy as Batman, this actually involves you learning new skills that challenge different areas of your brain at once. For Bruce, he accomplished this through activities like learning a new language, being fluent at any time in 6 or more, because learning a language involves the use of auditory regions, visual and motor regions of the brain at once, as you both hear and try to make new movements and sounds with your tongue and mouth. The same also goes for trying to learn a new instrument, or even something as simple as a cartwheel or sick
I do want to learn to play the guitar, bro.
Dance move, as your brain has to visually and physically work together to learn that new movement. For your thinking gray matter, on the other hand, this all comes down to staying on mentally stimulating tasks, things that force you to sit down and focus for long periods on end, solving complex problems, studying new information, reading through challenging materials.
And that's where I believe school is actually somewhat important. Just to learn how to learn. That's literally what that shit's for. But for some people, they just not.
Strategy games, anything that causes your brain to mentally stress. And the longer you can stay on task, despite how stressed your brain becomes, the more rewarded you will be. With a brain that can stand doing harder and harder things before it needs to stop and recover, you may find that not only can you do harder things longer, but the pace at which you can work can also increase dramatically, giving you one heck of a stronger and more enduring brain advantage the more you go. I mean, this is what is shown to set Bruce
apart from most
people he meets. They aren't willing to improve their brains
early stream.
Is instead choosing to frequently party, live the high life, or do other things they enjoy, which is fine. Batman, on the other hand, showcases someone who has trained his brain to be able to handle sitting at the back computer and...
Dude, that's such a tricky question, bro. Because I fuck with literally every superhero. I fuck with almost every single one because they have different stories in their lives, bro. But I don't know, bro. It realistically for me, it was either Batman. My top 3: Batman, Spider-Man. No, top 5: Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Daredevil. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I don't know who that last one can go to. Canned Girl, hey, what's up? That is a hard one to lie. You feel me? Who y'all picking? Who's y'all's top 3 superheroes?
Pacing around the Batcave for hours on end to solve a problem, doing it for such a long time that the Bat-Kids have to feign a crisis just to get him to come off. And maybe this really presents a problem. The problem being that
but it's just like it was just like I don't really
actually expect ourselves to live up to this perfect standard, to use whatever time we do spend studying or working to go full out every day like Batman. This may very well be the biggest problem we encounter. Because really the sheer amount of failures I know I've had in my life, yet alone doing the YouTube thing, makes being as amazing as humans like Bruce Wayne or anyone accomplished seem doubtful. But this line of thinking not only doesn't serve your future, but it's
Wolverine's just so straight to business. Don't fuck with me. I'm here to do my own thing. Get the fuck out. Fire. Doctor Strange. That's some intellectual shit, bro. That's some character development shit, bro. That nigga had to earn that, bro. Because he was just a fake believer. Oh, that nigga had to earn that shit. 1 second monitor?
May actually be
I don't know, maybe next week.
Besides us knowing that failure in mass was actually a big part of what even got Bruce so skilled at so many things in the first place, for one, it may not be necessary for you to learn literally everything about so many different skills and fields, as instead you can pick a few and instead choose to go higher rather than wider. While you certainly may want and need a base of understanding things such as math before you decide to become an expert biologist, you don't need to worry about getting it all to be as awesome, if not even better, than Batman at your chosen profession. Cause as skilled as Bruce is, he does in fact spread himself rather thin at times. I mean, the man literally cannot make himself an omelet to save his life. He has tried and never succeeded, leading Alfred to give him a lifetime ban from the kitchen, except for microwavable emergencies. The funny thing is, we also don't exactly know how skilled a human being can get at something. While our bodies do have known physical limits that are in fact still being pushed and broken thanks to advancing technology, when it comes to sheer skill and finesse at doing something, we don't know how good we can get at doing it. And science is even advancing these unknown areas as well. How good you can get at something may be
that's how LeBron's able to play till he's like, what, 47 years old.
More limitless than you realize. Just make sure that something is something that you enjoy getting better at, cause the path and adventure you find may in fact be endless, but you won't know until you try. But if none of this was very interesting, then I saved an interesting fact for last. As for the question if you could handle being Batman, well, luckily you are a human, and there's a saying that specialization is for insects, cause as a human it's likely that you possess the capability to be able to push your brain and body to learn many of the skills necessary to significantly make a difference in the world around you and even make a certain Batman proud. With us going over the science behind sleep management and more for those who like tricking themselves into learning new things. See you in the next one.
That was a very nice video. I like that. I like that out of you, sir. I like that out of you. Trick theory. I fuck with that. That was very nice.